I wonder if this one will work. Hi. Sorry, it's so wobbly. I just tried going live and then it didn't actually do it. Like, it didn't show any people or any buttons, and the whole screen was just the picture, but nothing happened. So I'm a little bit skeptical. How is everyone? Did you have a good weekend? Good morning. It is freezing out there today. It's so cold. Okay. Morning. Okay, so today we're going to do the birds on either side and the outline of the banner. So hopefully it goes how I want it to go. What I've chosen is the sparkly thread from before for each of the birds. And then we're going to do, well, I chose white for the banner. So it looks like a pretty white banner that they're holding. And for these birds, we're going to do 3 strands of 8 split stitch, but it's going to be in the direction so it looks like a bird. So that might be a little bit tricky, but I feel like we can do it. So we're going to do some drawing the guidelines on. And then for the banner, I'm going to do 3 strands, and it's going to be a whipped backstitch. So we're going to cover up all of those stitches, and it's just an outline. So we're not filling it in or anything like that. That's a bit too much. If you would like to do that, then you are more than welcome to do that yourself. But it's a little bit tricky because we're going to do the writing over top. So with that said, the idea for the birds is this. Let's see if I can't position it so I can still draw, but also you can see it. So my idea for the birds is down here for the wing, all of the stitches are going to be like this. And then this here is going to go like that. Can you see those very well? I feel like they're not drawing. Like that. And it's going to be a split stitch, so we'll fill it all in with the sparkles. And the only way that we'll see like the direction of the stitching is that we'll split them. Yeah? So let's see if this works. If you're not keen on doing this, then that is fine. I would probably say you could just do an easy peasy outline and call it a day if that's what you want to do. I'm using 3 strands of the étoile. And I think this is the white color. This is the gray color. The light gray color. So it'll be a little bit darker than what we have on there. So let's just get started. So I'm gonna hide in here. That's the only thing I don't like about this. Is it makes that noise, you know? So I'm gonna do small stitches. And I have a feeling that this would have been better with not using the étoile because it's a little bit furry, this thread. It's more like plush and has a texture to it, whereas regular thread is a little bit more smooth, the regular stranded mulline thread. So we'll just see. We'll just see if this goes well or not. Because the whole idea was for you to be able to like see the stitches a little bit so you could see the direction, like the wings and everything. But again, we'll just see. See how it tends to be a little bit furry, like the strands aren't smooth. hi guys. Ugh, I always say that and then I always hate myself after. Like, why are you saying that? I'm just doing the, good morning, Carrie. Amanda says, pretty nails. Thank you. I've had to cut them real short because the Dipwell stuff, it keeps getting really stuck to the bottle. And so I decided to get new bottles. And I was like, well, I'll just buy a set of new bottles and pour them in there. And that did not work. It all turned to slime. So I'm back to the gel ones. But because my nails aren't really thick, yeah. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I love, love, love the Dipwell nails. Like, love them. They're my favorite. But I can't seem to make the base and sealer not get a mess on, what's it called, the neck of the bottle. I love it when you all like say good morning to each other. That's so cute. Hannah is doing her nails right now. I really hope this works because I feel like let me just tighten this one. Because I feel like with the sparkles, it's going to look really pretty as the doves. But I just don't know. Is this the last week for you all? Yes. So actually we're finishing on Wednesday. So we'll do the bird and the outline of the banner today, and then the lettering tomorrow. And then we'll do the how to finish it and stitch it up the back, finish the back on Wednesday. It's gone so quick, it really has. I've already had like 5 or 6 people be like, so when's the next one? And normally I do a free stitch along and a paid stitch along in February, and they're like, February? We have to wait until February? So we'll see. I know I've spoken about possibly doing like a small one in January, but what do you mean you all? Aren't you part of us? Yeah, you all's just like us, it kind of like guys, like to say like you, like all of you's people. Hannah says, I'm already sad. I always get like a stitch along hangover, you know, like I don't know what to do with myself, and I'm just like, so we don't go live at 10? Got it, Patty. You're so cute. I've not taken part in the stitch along, so wasn't sure if this were the final week. Me too, going to have withdrawals. Aw. Yeah, I think Patty was just a little bit confused because I said like you all, like y'all. I think some people just like to watch, and that's okay as well, you know? Okay, so I'm going to do some down the middle so I know when to like blend them together. So basically all I've done so far is just do a little outline, making sure to split the outline. We could go live and do our own bits as I've got plenty of kits to do. You too, Veronica. Oh my God, Amelia started saying y'all, it's the cutest. I actually didn't really grow up saying y'all. I just think that some of my friends say it. So like when you hear it all the time, or like you see it all the time, read it all the time, you like start to say the same things that they say. I usually try and catch the live streams, but work and life's been so busy, I've missed the majority of it. Everyone's looks so good, though. That's all right. It's like a really busy time of year, though. So, like, please don't beat yourself up if you're like, oh, I can't go to all of them, or, oh, I've missed them, so I have to catch up on YouTube or IGTV. It's okay. Like, I 100% get it. You all is more of a Southern thing, Robin says. Yeah. I know my friend that says it a lot is from Tennessee. So, like, it's south of us, but, like, not necessarily. I wouldn't say Tennessee is, like, super Southern. But maybe it is. I feel like this is all right, you know? I thought maybe it wouldn't be so good, but I'm not hating it. Exactly, yeah. But you know what? People get really, like someone said something, I shared something about being in the Midwest, and people were like, Ohio is not the Midwest. I was like, okay, but that's what they class it. They class it as the Midwest. And they were like, no. And I was like, okay. But they say that it is the Midwest. Like, I don't see the logic because it's not in the middle of the United States, nor is it West. But Sarah says, I have to go back to stupid work. Very grateful to have work, obviously, but have a year off with the baby has been wonderful, so I won't be able to make it to future lives. Aw, well, that's all right. That's a big reason why I save them as well. And actually, someone asked about me doing, like, a Patreon or something. I don't know. Because then, like, the video saves there automatically, so you could go back and watch it. But I don't really know a lot about Patreon, so at least you wouldn't have to, like, go, ow. Man, why did I do that? Getting a bit aggressive with my stitching recently. And Patty says it looks like feathers. Patreon can get spendy, though. Yeah, I guess it just depends because, like, I like that people can pick and choose which ones they want and that they don't have to, like, basically be kicked out if they don't pay per month, you know? So, like, if you want to do this one, then you can. So what I might do is do a really small outline of this. Because I think that it looks really nice, but I feel like it's just missing the details a little bit. What do you guys think? And part of me is like, I like the lives. I like the way it is. Don't tell me to change it. What if we got like a dark gray? Or even like the blue color from the house and just did like one strand. And I'm just going to do it. Because you know I get these ideas and then I like can't not do it, you know? Patty says, yes, love outlines. And Mel says, I think it can limit your audience. It's hard because, like, starting over on a new platform, I feel like I've talked about this before, you know? So people are probably like, oh, we know, Tori, shut up. But starting off on a new platform is it's really hard. That's why some people are like, go to TikTok or go like start a YouTube and like do a lot more stuff on YouTube and do this and do that. Or like, oh, why don't you get like a, you know, something else? And it's like, oh, Lord, that's a lot of work. Like, oh. Now, I'll probably say the same thing tomorrow for the lettering. But when you have a dark color, I know I've said it before, so you don't have, like, you can tune out if you are like, we know, okay, we know. But when you have a dark color, all of the stitches seem to blend together really easily, and you can't see each individual stitch as well. So it's always nice to do outlines in a dark color, just a regular backstitch, because you can't actually tell that it's separate stitches, you know? They all look like they're flowing together. And I'll probably do some kind of like implied lines for the feathers so they don't necessarily go all the way around this part here. Oh, we've got some, I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. It's Japanese. Oh, that's fun. I don't know any Japanese. 5615 said hello, and I said good morning. So this is just the same color from the house, but it's just one strand instead of all of them. And it looks so different when it's just one strand. So I'll probably end up doing just the one bird so that you don't have to watch the same thing twice. And then we'll get started on the, banner. I'm Holly, not Japanese, but I studied it at uni. I get excited when I get to speak it now. That's so cool. I used to know a lot of Chinese characters because my phone when I first got there was in Chinese and I didn't know how to change it. So I ended up just learning like what all the characters meant, but not knowing what they were, just like remembering what they look like and then knowing what they were from there. And it's the same with the remote controls, because all the remote controls were in Chinese as well. So like menu and like, play. Well, play is a symbol, but still. Should have made that a little bit skinnier on his tail. He looks like a chunky pigeon and not a I've just choked on my spit. Oh my gosh. Oh, reality, right? Oh. It's like the Instagram versus reality challenge, isn't it? Oh, Tori. I'm an absolute mess. And then from there, you can add eyes if you want to, or you could probably go a little bit deeper with these so they look a little bit more feather-like. How's David doing with isolation? He's good. Yeah, we're okay. Because we both don't have any symptoms, I'm still allowed to go to the post office. So I'm trying to limit it to, I went on Saturday, so I sent a load of stuff out on Saturday. The guy behind me was not happy, like, at all. And then we are allowed out on Thursday as long as there's neither of us have any symptoms. So far, so good. The only thing is that obviously all the kids have to do online learning, and they're doing it through Teams. But they've literally had like no training. The kids have had like no training with like how to use computers and stuff, because they can't go to the ICT room, because obviously they all have to share the same computers, like different classes, and you're not allowed to do that. So, and they don't have like a traveling computer thing. So all of the kids have been like, you know, how do you save a document? And David's like, file, save. I'm like, how do you upload a document? How do you do that? You know what I mean? It's like really simple things that they don't know how to do, but it's a little bit frustrating because everyone's computers are different at home, but not everyone knows how to share their screen, so he can't see them. So it's been more frustrating like on that front instead of like actually just staying at home. Claire says, I got some very audible tuts at the post office this morning when I turned up with my IKEA bags full of packages. Yeah, I'd be like, I'm stimulating the economy, okay? I'm sending things. So there you go. Take that. So I'm going to use white. I think it's B5200 is the color that I've chosen. B5200. You can barely see it, but I wrote it. So that's today's win. And all we're going to do is backstitch all the way and then go back and whip it so that it's nice and smooth. And this is what I mean by being able to see each of the stitches very clearly. That's probably too big, but we'll see. Not too bad. But you can see all of the stitches, every single one, when you have the light colored thread. That's why I really don't like light colored thread for lettering. If you do want to do light colored thread for your lettering, of course you can, but I would whip it and make the stitches really small, or as small as you can manage. Because like I said, the black thread or a darker thread, it'll all blend together. So you can do a really simple backstitch for the lettering, and it won't make that big of a deal. Do you know what I mean? It won't be like crazy or anything like that. But with the light colors, your eye really goes to these stitches like that. They just really, I don't know what it is. But with the light color thread, it's like, boom, I see each stitch individually. And that's why I like to whip the light colored ones. Maybe I should move it over so that you can see. Oh, dearie me. Is everyone done with their Christmas shopping? We've just been like frantically trying to like get things in the mail and like frantically trying to get everything around, because obviously not being able with David in isolation, not being able to like really go out, and like I don't want to go out either. Like that's why I'm trying not to go to the post office so often, because if you did end up getting it, like symptoms now, then that means that I probably definitely have it, which means I don't really want to be spreading it to other people, you know? So whilst we're over here, we can do this little one. Let's move it to the middle. Holly says, maybe because light colors show shadows more clearly than dark ones. Probably. But you can just really see each individual stitch. And I feel like your eye really goes to that part. Amanda says, I was so organized at first, but now not so much. Yeah, and like I think that companies are like feeling the strain a little bit as well. So I feel like we're just trying to get everything like purchased that we want to purchase and sent, etc. It's just hard. Hannah says, I'm actually almost finished with my Christmas shopping. The rest is just some do-it-yourself. Ooh, lucky. I was joking with David. Everyone's going to get a handmade Christmas gift this year. Mine are all wrapped under the tree now. Oh, you're so organized. Honestly, though, I see a wrapped gift and I'm like, what is in there? I have to shake it. I have to feel it. I want to know. I want to know what it is. I want to know what's in there. I just love giving gifts and I love knowing what other people are getting. Like, that's my favorite part, is to like know what someone else is getting. It's so exciting. Sarah says, nowhere near. Oh, hold on. Holly says, I got nervous about Royal Mail, so I started in October. That's probably smart, because I'm not going to lie, I sent something to Birmingham 2 weeks ago, and it took 5 days. And I live in Birmingham. So Birmingham to Birmingham. 5 days. Sarah says, nowhere near done yet. I tried going to Hobbycraft for more supplies for all my handmade gifts on Saturday, but there was a queue around the block. Oh my goodness. I know, I really need to go and grab some stuff, but I just can't. Amanda says, teach me your ways. Mel says, I got the wrapping paper, but I procrastinate. Veronica says, got most, but not wrapped. Hannah says, my husband gets a Lego car this year. You wouldn't believe he's turning 30 soon. And Amanda says, I've had to hide everything from my 2 boys. My youngest wouldn't wait to open it. Yeah, I like to open the gifts too. Whilst we're over here, we could probably just whip it now. And then carry on our way. So we just have the 2 long things. So just a little refresher. You can choose left to right or right to left, but you have to continue the same way for the whole time. And I like, especially if I have light colored thread, because you can't see it from the back, I like to go back down at the points and not whip it around the points. I'll show you what I mean. If you whip it around the points, it tends to make it a curve. I don't know why I chose left to right, because you all know I cannot stitch with my left hand, so I don't know why I've done it this way. I'm already thinking of like the new Stitchalong. I'm so excited. I'll get the Google form up as well, so that if you are done, you can go ahead and fill it out. So I've gone down in the corner. And then I'll come back up at this point. And this doesn't matter if you do the same way left to right or right to left, because it's a different direction. you know? You just have to do it the same way for the length of that whipping duration. And that will give a nice pointy corner. And sometimes with whipped backstitch, I will also put my finger below and push up like that where I want the stitch to go. And like I said, because it's white, I don't really mind like jumping around everywhere because you won't be able to see it. So it's really just your own personal preference if you want to just keep going round and round and round, or if you want to make the points pointy. I can probably go back up here. Oh! Bingo! I haven't done that in forever. Because I'm always thinking a couple steps ahead, you know? Where am I going to go next? What am I going to do next? That will catch up with you. Let's see, I've got enough I can go all the way back to the beginning. So I'll do that. I'm snuggling with my youngest boy called Hugh while he watches Alice in Wonderland. Oh, I bet you that's so cute. I do like Alice in Wonderland. I always like to give it a little tug so it's not too loose and twisty. And obviously I'm trying to avoid going up into this stuff as I'm doing the whipping. Sorry, I got distracted. Jason Momoa is on TV. I'd probably pick him over me as well. Let's move her along. Hello. Totally understandable. Saludos desde Monterrey, Mexico. Hello. Guys, that's pretty much it. Then I'll go back and do all the rest of it. You know? It's kind of the boring part when I do the same thing over and over and over again, but I'm going to do the bottom backstitch till I run out of thread, and then I'll probably pick the other 3 strands up and then whip that as well. So let's see if I can show you the top and the bottom, how they look different. One whipped and one not whipped. Whipping it can also help with the, like if you don't make them exactly in a very nice straight line, can also help with that. Hannah says, I really love the look of the whipped backstitch. Me too. It's very similar to stem stitch. It's just, obviously you have to stitch it twice with this one, but you get a little bit more of a like solid line, where sometimes with stem stitch you can see all the stitches and it doesn't like whip all together. Goodness, goodness, goodness. We should do like a favorite stitch, like a stitch off, favorite stitch, like this or that version, you know? Okay, so here we have backstitch, and then here we have a whipped backstitch. What do we think? I think it's gonna look really pretty. So let's zoom out. That's all I'm gonna do for today because basically you do the exact same thing on the other side, you know? And that's how it's gonna look. I really like it. I feel like that's really cute. So yeah, that's all I've got. Make sure that you're tagging me at the Barmy Fox and using the hashtag, even though the hashtags are not working yet. It'll still make sure that everyone's houses come up together. And I know that posts are being added, even if you can't see them. So continue with that. Tomorrow we'll do the lettering. I always save the lettering for when I have the most patience, so I never want to cram it in, even though, like I said, it's just going to be an easy backstitch. I'm going to use a darker color, probably black or really dark gray. And yeah, and then Wednesday I'll show you how to finish everything. So there you go. I hope you have a great, great Monday, and I'll talk with you tomorrow. All right, bye.